Big Bug Man is an unreleased animated superhero movie that was noteworthy for being Marlon Brando's last film performance. The film starred Brendan Fraser as Howard Kind, an employee of a candy factory who is bitten by bugs, becoming the superhero Big Bug Man. However, he soon becomes corrupted by the business world. Marlon Brando had initially been approached to play the part of an evil businessman named Nicholas Dunderbeck, but Brando, who always wanted to play a woman at some point, decided to play the small role of the elderly candy company founder, Mrs. Sauer. When the directors arrived at his home to record him, they found that Brando had even dressed up in wig, dress, gloves, and makeup to get into character. Brando was frail and required oxygen throughout the recording, but he remarked it as the most fun he had had since acting in Julius Caesar. He died the following month on July 1st, 2004. The film was scheduled to be released in 2006, but was delayed to 2007 and then to 2008. Nothing has been heard regarding the project's release since, and only storyboard sequences have been found online. Galaxy Boy Troop was a Japanese TV series created by famed cartoonist and animator Osamu Tezuka. It was a combination of animated scenes and puppet characters. It aired on NHK from April 7, 1963 until April 1, 1965 and ran for 92 episodes. The plot centered around young Rob, who led a squad of heroes around the galaxy in order to revive the Earth's sun and then to protect it from alien invaders. Only one full episode is known to survive today, that was found in France with French subtitles. Research seems to indicate that this episode is the 67th episode of the series. Episode 28 and animation sequences from episode 87 also exist, but there is no audio for either of them. Despite its limited run, the show still had a bit of merchandise, an audiobook with a CD, and at least one coloring book. Freaky Flickers: Quest for the Golden Flicker was to be a CGI animated film directed, written, and animated by Carrie Howe. The film detailed the adventures of Arg the Pirate and his crew of Flickers on a quest to find the Golden Flicker to pay off the debt of their creator Doc Flick. Production began in 2005 as a possible television series, but later developed into a 90-minute feature film around February 2009. Despite it being written, directed, and animated by a single person and only having a budget of $250,000, it was recommended to be made into a theatrical feature, in which Howe was reluctant at first but later agreed to do so, and Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer decided to release the film in about 2,800 theaters. On June 9, 2009, after Howe worked all night, he left editor David Kahn with the film in his living room and went to sleep. He awoke just before 9 p.m. to discover that the film, all film backups, and his film equipment had been stolen by his associate and creator of the original toy line, Peter Gautner. Aside from the trailers and one scene from the movie's official Flickr, no footage of the movie has been released, and it's unknown what Gautner did with the stolen material. Gagala is a Bollywood monster film from 1966 based on another movie film, Gajira. It is suspected to be the only monster movie to come from Bollywood. The movie starts with a group of teens seeing the monster and running to the police, who refuse to believe them. No one listens to them until the monster comes ashore and destroys the city. Nothing can stop it, and it trashes the city before going back to the sea. A scientist discovers a poison that can destroy the monster and goes against the wishes of his lover to kill it. His rival follows him and kills him, planning to steal the fame and the girlfriend. Gagala then kills him before submitting to the lethal potion. There is almost no information about this movie online, and there are no known copies of this film. All that has survived is the soundtrack. 321 Penguins is a 3D animated Christian children video series created by Big Idea Productions in the year 2000. Big Idea is also well known for the hit series VeggieTales. It was originally a direct-to-DVD video series, however in 2006 it was moved over to the kids programming block Cubo, where it lasted 2 more seasons until ending in 2008. On October 5th, 2018, Lost Media user VeggieFinder discovered still images of 321 penguins. Soon after, a YouTuber named JK Doodles also uncovered more stills. These images give us reason to believe that they were unreleased test animations. These images show significant differences to the final product, such as blue outfits instead of orange. All 4 of the penguins in the final product still exist in this version as well. In October 2018, Lost Media Wiki user Innovative Studios found a video from animator Tom Dannon's blog that contains clip from the animation test. In September of 2020, show animator Keith Lango confirmed that the tests are each individual clips instead of one big short, therefore confirming the existence of the animation test. Eagle Sam is an anime based on a person named Sam who is the Los Angeles 1984 Summer Olympics mascot. It ran exclusively in Japan for 51 episodes between April 7, 1983 to March 29, 1984 on TBS. The show centers around private investigator Sam, who is mysteriously transformed into a human-like eagle resembling the 1984 Los Angeles Olympic mascot. With the help of his assistant, Canary Karina, Sam has to fight the bad guys and chase down his nemesis, who was a cockroach riding a skateboard. Sam's hat contains almost everything he needs, and when things get tough, he takes out magical Olympic rings to save the day. At the time of the anime's production, Sam was huge in Japan long before the games began. The opening and ending credits were performed by Eagles. Despite this, Eagle Sam fell into obscurity, and only one episode of the show has surfaced online and has no official home video releases. Billy Bean and His Funny Machine was a puppet TV series that aired on BBC from 1954 to 1956. The show involves Billy Bean and a machine he made. He usually operates the machine with a bird named Yoo-Hoo. It never had any VHS or DVD releases, hence the show is not surfaced to this day. Whether or not the show is truly lost is unknown, however only one screenshot remains as a visual proof of its existence. The Golem is a German silent horror film released in 1915 that was written and directed by Paul Wegener and Henrik Galim. It told the story of a petrified human-sized monster made out of clay, who protected the Jewish people from their tormentors. It is brought back to life and used as a servant, but after falling in love with a woman, it goes on a murderous rampage. The film was reported to be lost soon after its release. By 2007, some footage from the first act and a couple of minutes from the fourth act were recovered. Additionally, many sources claim that prints still do exist, and Elizabeth Bear states in her book, The Golem Reduct, that Donald Glett knows a European film collector who owns a copy, though this is not confirmed.